Right now, we want to begin here our news at 6 because we have a very busy weather day across the area. A path of destruction after a tornado, which is very likely, and other stormy conditions blew through our area this afternoon. It might be calm for some of you right now, but don't let your guard down. We are at risk for more tornadoes until 9 p.m. So now's the time to make sure you got your phones charged and you've got your plan in place to stay safe. Several area counties getting storm warnings this afternoon, including Cabarrus, Stanley, Rowan. Look right now at clouds in Concord. Once those warnings started up, and Brad was saying earlier, there's some resemblance to a wall cloud going on here. And then look at the damage. Once the rain and wind came and passed, we saw the aftermath like this. Here's a photo from a viewer in Harrisburg where we could see a trampoline blown into a fence. There you see limbs taking down a jungle gym. Lots of shingles in the yard. Damage there on the patio. We've got live team weather coverage across our area tonight. But first, we want to talk to Brad right now. So, Brad, you're saying we are not in the clear yet.
Yeah, we've got one round of rain that came through earlier with these severe weather. A confirmed, not confirmed tornado, but suspected tornado, I'll say. It was a tornado. The thing that needs to be confirmed is the length, the strength, the timing. Weather Service will do a survey tomorrow, but that's kind of the tentative track that we have of the damage from Mecklenburg County into Cabarrus County. There's the damage reports. You could see them coming on either side of 485 in the Reedy Creek area over to Harrisburg, and then also possibly a tornado touchdown west side of Albemarle today, where we also had a tornado warning. The definitive nature of the radar there wasn't quite as clear that it was a tornado, but we've got that next wave, and it's really this cluster down here coming through the upstate and the Midlands of South Carolina. See it moving to the northeast. This line in particular has had some areas of rotation. Look at that. There's a rotation right there, rotation right there. So two little cells that are going to pivot up to the north. So heads up, if you're in Chester County, those are two areas I'm going to watch carefully. That's going to rotate through. So let's do a storm track on that batch. Should be in the Rock Hill, Tega Cay, Fort Mill area between now and 6:15. Charlotte maybe 6:45. And again, it depends on the timing of the speed. So give or take about plus or minus 5 to 10 minutes there on those tracks. I always caution you to be ready way ahead of time. Don't wait to the specific time we just give you there. 7, 8 o'clock, showers and storms over us. But then after that, we will begin to see things calm down as we go into the overnight hours. But for more on the storm damage and that tornado track, let's head out to the Chevy Storm Tracker and meteorologist KJ Jacobs.
Brad, right now we're still on Rocky River Road. Some progress has been made since the last time we went live here about a half hour ago. We've had on and off showers. You can see some tree companies now are moving in and out, getting some of the trees picked up from blocking the roadways. And also, let's take a look now from our roof cam here in the Chevy Storm Tracker, and you can see Duke Energy contractors are still working because the power is still out in this area. A number of large trees have not only fallen on homes, but also on some of the power lines, and therefore the power is out. But in the meantime, in between the on and off showers, people are getting some work done around their homes, getting the trees from blocking the driveways. I've seen a number of families walking with chainsaws. That's right, they are working very hard, diligently getting things back in order. But right now, just on and off showers, not severe here anymore, but the heaviest of those showers and storms passed through around 2 p.m. and the damage is done. Reporting live in Northeast Charlotte, a meteorologist, KJ Jacobs, WCNC Charlotte.
KJ, thanks for that update, and good to see that they are making some progress out there. You know, in fact, we are seeing some progress reported here with the power outages. You might recall in the last hour, we were seeing somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5,000 Duke Energy customers without power. You could see that has improved at this 6 o'clock hour with about 3,500 reported in the dark at this time. We're seeing a large share of those folks in that Reedy Creek area, Rocky River Road, Hood Road. That's going to be where we see an outage of about 3,000 reported. Duke Energy is reporting restoration in a little less than 2 hours. Of course, we will keep an eye on everything and we'll let you know how things change. Maybe we'll even see some improvements with that timeline. But we want to take a look at more damage we are seeing in this neighborhood. Rocky River Road, we mentioned, that's near Reedy Creek, Harrisburg area. So many of you are tweeting us videos and photos. We see so much tree debris, down trees, power lines coming down. We want to get to our Brianna Harper tonight, who is out in that Rocky River Road area. Bree, you were saying before, you were seeing neighbors, you were seeing the power crews out there, all hard at work. Have they been able to make progress out there?
Absolutely. They are definitely working hard. And this area of Rocky River Road seems to be the path where that suspected tornado went through. You can see that tree literally split in half here in this neighborhood. And now crews on standby looking to get that tree cleared in order to get this power back on. And also, if you take a look here, more split trees, obviously a lot of cleanup ahead. But the neighbors who live say they're not in this alone.
I think this neighborhood is so tight-knit that it's like really nice to see everyone together, like working together, because it's like this isn't any of our houses, but we're all still here like trying to help clean up everyone.
And the majority of this damage, again, down trees on down power lines. We haven't heard of any reports of any injuries or any trees actually falling on homes. There was a carport here down this driveway that a tree had actually smashed a car that was in the carport. But the family there says they're thankful that no one was hurt. And again, it's just all about the cleanup process at this point. Reporting live in Charlotte, Brianna Harper, WCNC, Charlotte.
So good to hear. Lack of injuries. Bree, thanks for that update. Want to continue our team coverage with our Lexi Wilson. Only a short drive away from Bree, also in that northeast Charlotte area. Lexi, we've been hearing from you throughout the afternoon. Harrowing stories. A woman stuck in her car. What else have you been hearing from neighbors? What other damages are you seeing in that neighborhood?
So, Vanessa, I actually just spoke to somebody with Duke Energy. They say that they are getting closer and closer to restoring the power in this neighborhood. This is the Amberwood neighborhood. Again, that damage is still here, but it is getting better. People are continuing to clean up this area, but those down trees are here as well as the debris. But if you come and take a look this way, as you mentioned, a woman was trapped in a car at a certain point. That's this car you see right in front of us. But people are just working on the cleanup efforts. Take a look as some neighbors are taking it upon themselves to really just make this area nice again. But let's hear a little bit about the experience early today.
The house rumbled. The house actually rumbled. And next thing I heard the thuds from the trees falling down.
And I did check online on Duke Energy's website to see when power would be restored. It said around 7:45. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you the latest. But for now, reporting live in East Charlotte for WCNC Charlotte, I'm Lexi Wilson.
Appreciate it, Lexi. And we'll remind folks at home, some of the best weather video and pictures we get comes from you. It's so important to tell the story here and share with your neighbors what's going on and just really keep people informed throughout the area. So if you have damage video or pictures from where you live and it's safe to send, please send them in to us. You can do that by using that Near Me feature on our WCNC Charlotte app. Uploads straight to our news team, so you could see those photos, like you've seen some photos already, in our weather coverage on air and online. Turn the page right now, and all new tonight here in Mecklenburg County, hundreds of thousands of your dollars are being funneled into internet hotspots for students. But it turns out a lot of kids aren't even using them. Our team discovered, in fact, 80% of monthly internet plans set up for CMS are essentially going to waste. Our Nate Morabito asking, where's the money tonight?
Our latest discovery comes just weeks after we identified nearly $1.5 million worth of missing student-issued technology. In response to our investigation, CMS is taking action, and students are asking to be part of the solution. The federal government just announced a new effort to bridge the digital divide.
Internet is not a luxury.
Dedicating more money to bring internet access to those without. But CMS records show another batch of federal dollars
we requested one of those hotspots
isn't getting a big return on investment lately.
I still have it.
With more than 10,000 school system issued mobile hotspots registering no data.
It's sitting in my computer desk.
In the most recent billing period at a cost of roughly $160,000 for that month alone.
Nobody has ever asked me to return it, which of course I would do if I was asked.
That's a shocking number.
Juan Torres Munoz is the school board student advisor.
Obviously, I understand that many taxpayers will be concerned about the way that these hotspots are being used.
The East Meck Jr. is among those calling for better oversight of CMS technology. In light of our discoveries, he's urging administrators to make sure students are part of that process.
We're the ones being affected, and we're the ones who kind of causing the problem. So we have to find ways to solve this problem.
What do you want the taxpayers to know?
We will be responsible with dollars.
Emails show on the day we questioned the district's interim superintendent and new chief technology officer about more than 10,000 lost and stolen hotspots, Chromebooks, and iPads, CMS announced a task force to address the problem.
Those numbers are going to look better. On my watch, they will.
Citing our findings, administrators also pledged more routine inventory checks, better training, and consistent and equitable accountability for families that fail to protect taxpayers' investment.
COVID took us off the rails for a bit.
Reminding us the pandemic, with its virtual, hybrid, and then in-person learning, created unprecedented technology challenges.
We will be looking at how we can do a better job.
The goal is to have new procedures in place before next school year. And records show CMS seems interested in bringing in students like Juan Torres Munoz to help.
I wasn't expecting such big numbers of missing Chromebooks, missing equipment.
Whether it's missing computers or unused hotspots.
They also should, at the end of the school year, do a recount, do an inventory, and check how many of them are being used, and get an estimate of how many they're going to be needed for next year.
The 16-year-old doesn't want to see CMS waste money or waste this moment. CMS originally sent the hotspots home so students would have connectivity in the event schools went back to hybrid or remote learning. A spokesperson tells us the district is now asking all schools to collect those hotspots. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.
Another eye-opening report from Nate. Hey, stick around, folks. We still have this coming up here at 6. Debate over Airbnbs. Some folks welcome them. Others say that they are clogging up the already competitive housing market. Tonight, we're hearing the discussions in Rock Hill over these short-term rental properties. Right now, the city of Rock Hill could decide to extend its pause on new permits for short-term rentals like Airbnb. If the council votes yes tonight, the moratorium would last 6 more months. WCNC Charlotte's Indira Skiva found out why one host is so concerned.
As Airbnbs and short-term rentals become big business in Rock Hill, city council members tell me they want to make sure neighborhoods are protected.
Get rid of the upper cabinets and use shelving, because with the short-term rental you don't need quite as much stuff.
For Tom Hutto, running short-term rentals is a family business. He has 8 properties in Rock Hill. His daughter helps clean, his wife decorates, and he fixes things up.
I'd rather be a host than a landlord, and I can entertain people from all over the country.
Hutto has attended several Rock Hill City Council meetings to speak out against a recent pause on issuing new permits for short-term rentals. The pause started in February, and at first it included permit renewals. The city amended that weeks later, saying renewals are okay if the host has no more than 3 complaints in 12 months.
Out of 51 permits holders in Rock Hill and over 7,000 guests we've had in just last year alone, we've had no incidents. Because of this, Hutto questions the moratorium. Recently, Rock Hill leaders have tried to regulate the short-term rental industry. Councilmember Kevin Sutton says right now there's a need to take a pause to address questions that have come up.
One of the concerns you have is people like to know who their neighbors are. And so if you are living beside a short-term rental, you don't know who's there from day to day.
Sutton says he wants new regulations to specify where it's appropriate to have a short-term rental.
We're not trying to outlaw short-term rentals. We're just trying to make the process better. And specifically for me is protecting those neighbors that are in a 40, 50, 60-year-old neighborhood that do not have an HOA.
If the resolution is passed tonight, the people who want to get a new permit will still have to wait another 6 months. In Rock Hill, Indira Esquiva, WCNC Charlotte.
And we're seeing this an important discussion really widespread in Columbia, South Carolina. A similar ban on short-term rentals has sparked some backlash. City leaders working on a compromise right now with both rental owners and residents. You know, it comes after they first proposed last summer. Rental owners pay $650 a year to the city and then also would put these rental spaces on a block from residential areas, so they would be banned from these neighborhoods. But Airbnb and Vrbo owners were firing back, saying that would end up killing their business. Never very far away from our forecast today, because as we mentioned, it's been a stormy day already for the Carolinas, but Brad says it's going to continue perhaps.
Yeah, we've got another wave coming in. It's a little bit different this go around, not as widespread, more scattered showers and storms, but it's really this cluster right here in particular. I mean, I'm keeping an eye on these back here, but these aren't much of a concern right now. It's really this cluster coming up, basically I-77. It's moved into Chester, now entering York County, but in particular is this area just south of the Chester County line. This is Winnsboro. There's a big broad area of circulation here. It's very wind-driven, straight line wind-driven, but it's very broad right now. We're waiting to see if that tightens up as it moves north. So I'm going to be monitoring that area very carefully through the evening as this area moves north. So I'm tracking the whole cluster. It's pretty much heading up I-85, I-77 from the south. So there's a rough timing, plus or minus about 10 minutes or so as it moves in. So if you thought you were done and the rain's gone, here comes the next batch. There is some cloud to ground lightning in there as well. Now, tornado and severe thunderstorm watches up between 9 and 11 p.m. tonight. And again, if your county's not shaded in, it's pretty much anywhere in this area. If you're in and around the watch area, the potential or ingredients are there for severe weather. You see the cluster of storms moving up. By 8 o'clock, it should be right over us, if not sooner. And then we go into the overnight, things will calm down. So there's only a couple cells that I really have my eye on, and it's really this one here and this one down here rotating up. You see some of the rotation tracks, not off the charts. This one down to the south towards Lancaster and Chesterfield is definitely one that looks a little more robust. So that's the area of concern for the next 2 hours or so. Whole area has a flash flood risk. Any slow moving storms that go over the same spot could see some flooding. And we're going to see another round of heavy rain coming in from the west. You don't see it showing up now, but by the time we get to Thursday and Friday, that next batch of rain is going to be here, and it's going to produce another round of heavy rain. Everything that's saturated from today could see another surge of moisture for Thursday and Friday. Next couple of days, lower rain chances. We need the rain. We're going to take every drop we can get. Just don't want it all at once. You'll love to spread it out a little bit more. Today's came in fast and furious, kind of a tropical low, even though it wasn't a tropical system. Kind of felt like the remnants of a tropical storm or a tropical depression. It moves out. We cool down the next couple of days, but here comes our storm system for Thursday and Friday. Likely another round of heavy rain those 2 days. And when you look at the 7-day rainfall forecast, look at the amount of rain in the mountains. That upslope flow is going to be persistent. So in areas of the foothills, you're talking anywhere from 2.5 to maybe 3 or 4 inches of rain through the end of the week. Now, tomorrow will be noticeably cooler thanks to the cloud cover and an east-northeast wind, so temperatures will be cooler than today. We'll see some drizzle and mist, but not expecting anything too heavy tomorrow. Temperatures generally in the 70s across the area. A few spots will be in the 80s. Look at the 7-day forecast first. Look at that. That looks much nicer for the week. Temperatures in the 70s, but by the weekend, everybody wants it clear and dry for the holiday, including the Coke 600. And right now, it looks good. We should see sunny skies by Sunday for the Coke 600 and 87 and dry for Memorial Day.
Let it be so. Yes. Brad, thank you. Coming up here, game-winning goal Sunday meant something extra special for a Charlotte FC player. Nick explains why it was so sentimental. Next in sports.
You know, the Canes have done just about everything this postseason except for, win on the road. Another loss away from Raleigh yesterday. Carolina dropping Game 3 to the Rangers 3-1 in New York. They still hold a 2-1 series lead, but they have to play Game 4 right there back at the Garden tomorrow night.
Home ice is big, but it's not like that big of a difference that you are not able to win on the road, right? So it's more of a similar opportunity, and we're ready for it, and we just do our best to get a win tomorrow.
All right, rough start on the road for the Checkers as well in their series. They fell 6-0 at Springfield in Game 1. Game 2 is Wednesday. Charlotte FC with another home victory yesterday against Vancouver. Daniel Rios putting Charlotte ahead with his first regular season goal. Came in the 85th minute off the bench. Rios afterwards revealed that his grandfather had died earlier in the week. He dedicated the goal to him, and it made a big difference for his team. That was the difference between a 1-point draw and 3 points for the victory.
When I was in the bench, I just trying to support my teammates. We were pushing, we were trying, and when I was sub on, it takes a couple of minutes to get the rhythm of the game. I'm happy to score my first goal and help the team. It was an incredible effort.
All right, 2 road matches for Charlotte this week. Wednesday against New York Red Bulls in the round of 16 of the U.S. Open Cup. Then Sunday night at the Seattle Sounders back in league play. Chase Elliott hoping to win his first Coca-Cola 600 this Sunday at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He will be sporting this patriotic paint scheme at his number 9 Chevy Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports. Like all the cars on the track, it will feature the name of a fallen soldier on his windshield. Elliott's teammate Kyle Larson won last year's 600. Scott Dixon's number 9 Honda will start up front in the Indy 500. A look at this weekend's front row. Dixon turning an all-time pole record 4-lap average speed of more than 234 miles per hour. In fact, this is the fastest front row in the race's history. By the way, 7-time NASCAR champ and 500 rookie Jimmy Johnson will be on row 4 after qualifying 12th. The 106th Indy 500 Sunday afternoon on WCNC Charlotte. And preparations underway today, both outside of and inside of Truist Field in Uptown for this week's ACC baseball tournament. It's the 2nd straight season it's been held in Charlotte. Action scheduled to begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. when Pittsburgh and Georgia Tech take the field. NC State, Wake Forest will follow. Then Clemson and the Tar Heels have the night game. Virginia Tech is the top seed in the tourney. Last year's winner Duke did not qualify this year. So we're hoping for a full day of baseball tomorrow. Brad, are we going to get it?
I think we'll be okay tomorrow. Luckily, they were able to cover the field today and get those logos all protected. Next batch of rain coming in tonight. This is going to be another batch of heavy rain in the next couple of hours. Still some really broad rotation coming up I-77 towards Great Falls and the Richburg area. This is moving towards the north, so got to keep an eye on that. That's kind of pivoting back to the north and northwest eventually as it rotates around the low. I put a quick track on it, but stay weather aware through about 9 p.m. I'll keep an eye on it, and of course, we'll break in and stream and post updates online, on air, and on social throughout the evening.
And of course, Brad, we thank you for that. And we will be back at 11 with anything that transpires between now and then. But we do have nightly news up next. So we'll thank you now for joining us, and we'll let you know what's coming up there. Live look inside the studio. Scathing sex abuse report from the nation's largest Protestant church. A survivor speaking out as the secret list of suspected abusers comes out. Plus, a new health alert on monkeypox in the U.S., why it's raising the alarm for gay and bisexual men. Nightly news beginning in 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
Download the WCNC Charlotte News app. Powered by the #1 TV news website in Charlotte, WCNC.com.